What's going on, guys? So, after seeing that Infinity War, EndGame trailer, I had to go searching for some details and try and figure out what's going to be going down in the movie. So, I come across this one blog or whatever you want to call it, and someone has pretty much written down what they think the whole movie's going to be about, and it seems pretty freaking crazy. So what happens, how the movie starts, is that it starts with Thanos, and he's on his planet. He's farming, and he's basically resting after he had completed his mission after the snap. You see the gauntlet. The gauntlet is damaged, and his battle armor is on like a scarecrow thing, like they show in the trailer. Then it from there we go and see basically the damage control, what happened on Earth, and blah 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 blah, all the people and who's alive, who's not, and whatever. Basically, what I got from it was Ant-Man. Like I said in my other video, he uses the quantum realm to go back in time. And when he does this, he ends up popping up at the first Avengers movie. Right? It's either during or immediately after the attack on New York. And he proceeds to tell everyone about Thanos and the pending danger and all this stuff. So everyone more or less starts training, getting themselves ready. Apparently Thor goes to Odin, because Odin's still alive at this point, and Odin teaches him how to use the Odin Force. As he's training to use the Odin Force, apparently he takes Hulk with him and is having him train on Asgard properly, because really Asgardians are the only ones that really can fight Hulk in the first place without getting utterly demolished. At one point in the movie, while they're training, it pans over to the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are on that planet with all the golden people. I forget their names, but they get introduced to Adam Warlock, and Adam Warlock is more or less Space Jesus. He's awesome. Adam Warlock is a G. And what happens is he asks to see the Soul Stone, and they end up getting the Soul Stone, and he fuses himself into it, and he just disappears. And the golden people are all pissed off at the Guardians because they think they killed him, so they end up escaping, and they end up on Earth. Tony Stark ends up talking to Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy and Gamora, and they start learning as much information as possible about Thanos, his weaknesses, his strengths, everything that they can. And they start preparing as much as possible for the upcoming fight. So what happens after that is Thanos apparently comes to Earth early. Everyone thought he was going to be coming it was supposed to be 6 or 9 months later, but he ends up coming super early, and there's just a huge battle that ensues, and everyone's fighting and this and that, and they start to lose. And guess who comes out of nowhere? Thor with he still has Mjolnir, and he gets sent down through the Dark Force, and whatever it is called, whatever Heimdall uses, and he shows up with Hulk, and then they start battling and duking it out. It sounded so crazy. But so as everyone's fighting, Thanos's 4 little henchmen end up collecting the rest of the gems and bring it to Thanos, and he's able to complete the gauntlet, and he snaps, and everyone's half the life is destroyed on the planet. And this is all during the fight. So as people are fighting, some people are disappearing. Some of Thanos' men are disappearing along with the Avengers, and it's just insanity. Because no one would ever expect a second snap. And as they're fighting, a Celestial comes in. The Celestial name is Eternity. And Eternity is the living embodiment of our universe. He legit looks like the universe, just in the form of a human being. And they proceed to fight each other. Now, their powers are pretty much equal. And the person who would lose the fight is the person that has it already in the back of their head that they're going to lose. So that's how that all plays out. But as they're fighting, the Living Tribunal is beckoned to come. And the Living Tribunal is basically God of the Marvel Universe. The only one that's stronger than him is the one above all. He's basically an infinity gauntlet that exists in every single universe throughout all facets of reality and everything. Infinity gauntlets only work in the universe they're in, so there is an infinite amount of infinity gauntlets. There's one for every universe. So what happens is they're speaking and pleading with the Living Tribunal, saying if Thanos wins this fight, he will become the new Eternity and essentially take over this universe. And his response is, well, power is power, and if Eternity is not strong enough to defeat Thanos, then he deserves to be replaced. The one who has the strongest will should be the one who controls the universe, and he just leaves it at that. So of course Thanos wins, and he becomes Eternity with an Infinity Gauntlet, and he just is ridiculously powerful at this point. So what they say to him is, don't you want a challenge? You know nothing is going to challenge you now, so make yourself less powerful and try and fight us as it is. So he relinquishes his infinity power, or eternity power, and just proceeds to fight them with the gauntlet. They then use Gamora, and Gamora ultimately talks him to giving up the gauntlet. And so what happens is Thanos takes off the gauntlet and throws it on the ground. Steve Rogers, Captain America, goes over to the gauntlet, and he uses it to imprison Thanos, and they then trying to figure out how they're going to undo the snap. But as they're talking about it, the Soul Stone starts to grow brightly, and then all of a sudden Adam Warlock pops out of it, and then he reveals to everyone that he is able to bring everyone that was killed from the snap back to life, because using the gauntlet, everyone's souls was trapped inside the soul gem. So that's how they're going to reverse the effects from the gauntlet, and then more or less the movie ends. I personally think it would be kind of anticlimactic to end the movie that way, but you never know what they're going to do or how it's going to end. This is all a theory anyway, so it might not even go down that way, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, your opinions, what you like to see in the movie, and if you think this theory is good or not. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy. As always, put your hands in the air. Put a spirit bomb.